that one point between the old day and the new day. So the reason we have the bridegroom service is because Christ is the bridegroom coming to us, and this church, beautifully adorned in its iconography, is the bride. So the old day is before midnight, and at midnight we celebrate the new day. So the new day is the resurrection day that's coming. And so that's why, behold, the bridegroom comes at midnight. And my beloved, we have to decide in our life, are we going to live in the old day with the old man and the old ways of being selfish, or are we going to live in the new day with the new man who is Christ by being sacrificial? This is always the choice that we have to make for ourselves, every moment of every day. If we make the choice to be self-centered, then we lose our energy. If we make the choice to be centered towards God and giving and sacrifice, then we get more energy. Because that's the way, if we live in the new day after midnight, we do much better than if we live in the old day before midnight. And so we celebrate that today. Maybe I could say a few things on the gospel today. The first thing Jesus talked about was the image of Caesar on the coin. Because when it was given to him, the Pharisees and the scribes and the chief priests wanted to trick him by saying, okay, his loyalty, if he's going to pay the tax, then his loyalty is really to the world. But Jesus in his wisdom says, whose image is it? It was Caesar's image. So the real meaning is that if it's temporary, it belongs to the world. Give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's. Don't give him the best that you have. Give him the money, because that you can't keep. Keep the most important thing is the love of God in your heart, which you can have eternally. And then that's really the answer to the question about the wives, the 7 husbands that the wife had. Because the question was, this is the temporary place, the kind of marriage on earth. But Jesus was really talking about the eternity of all of us, because once we enter into the kingdom of God, we don't have to worry about procreation because we have recreation. We're recreating. So let's focus on eternity, not on the temporary. And then, the greatest commandment. You shall love the Lord thy God with all thy strength, with all thy might, with all thy mind, and with all thy soul, which is a quote from Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4 through 6. It summarizes the whole first 5 books of the Bible. And then he quotes Leviticus chapter 17, 19, which says, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. The two go together. And if you can love God, and if I can love God, and if you can love your neighbor, and I can love my neighbor, then I have eternity with me, even in the temporary, even now. And then the last thing he talks about is being the son of David. Well, David was temporary too. There was one king, but the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is him, Jesus. And he was then once again pointing from the temporary to the eternity. And then finally the whole 23rd chapter of St. Matthew. Because those religious leaders were turning faith into a religious system. They were turning the spirit of it into a form. They wanted to control what God had given them as a gift for everyone, not a possession for some. And that's my speech. God bless you.
Thank you.